Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're taking a look at a Patreon request from Jacob. We like Jacob. Jacob is awesome because Jacob comes through every month with some pretty killer recommendations. And this one, I believe, is going to be of no difference. This is Monika. This is her judge showcase. I'm very excited to take a look at this. So we have seen her in her element in the Street Woman Fighter franchise, but it's really nice to be able to see her in more of this type of context within the dance community. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, that's fun. Female Star Volume 3. Wow. That's called a very pretty forward roll. You'd be shocked at how many people cannot do a forward roll well. Wow. Good chance she's probably freestyling a lot of this, because you see some of her movement connections are ones that you normally don't see in choreography. Like all of this here is probably freestyle. Love that. And she was factoring into lip J right there. I love that. So she probably did more planning for certain sections of this, which I really like. I do that as well. You can still do a freestyle, but still kind of have like a schema of kind of how you want to approach it. I will be surprised if this is choreographed, because we know how Monika's choreography looks. It normally has a little bit more structure in between the transitions. We also kind of did a couple of repeats in some of her like going into the split, and then some of her footwork that she does that she travels across the stage. But none of those things are bad at all. It's actually very enjoyable to see this. That was really nice and controlled. Love the fact that she don't have to cover up her tattoos today. Good job, Monika. That was fun. Very much enjoyed that. Really liked that a lot. Let's go ahead and go from the top. If you like this one too, you thank Jacob, because Jacob's the one who recommended me this. Well, I told you, we go hard. So this is a really fun little promo there. This is actually a side note that has nothing to do with the dance, but if you look, there's like that glitchiness that you see between those two clips. Good chance that those weren't rendered 100%. Rendering is like the processing of a video file in the software, because my videos sometimes have that kind of glitch in them. Whenever I go back to rewatch, or like the buffering was a little off in the video software there. But like the rest of these look fine. It's the same people who shot all of it. Yeah, even there. But it's really cool to see all of that. It's really fun. Love it. Love it. From the top here, Miss Monika, we do see she tailored, it did look like she was paying like tribute. It's not like Lip J's dead. That's not what I mean. I'm saying like she paid a little tribute to her crewmate Lip J in this, which was really fun. So this beginning is really nice. I don't know who the other judges are. I don't know if Lip J is a judge on this, but it does feel like there's a lot of the street woman fighter affiliation to this. She sets it back, she allows the music to set the tone, and she just joins in whenever she finds it to be the most appropriate. She goes down to the side. Really love this. Very slow walk forward. Notice how she presses her weight into the balls of the feet, but allowing her hips to kind of swivel. It's really nice motion, and it makes it feel more full because she's going more in depth of the hips instead of just dropping them. She's twisting them to the side. So I really like that choice from her. Really setting it up. Boom, boom. Really nice with that tendu. Placing weight onto the left side. Switching her weight over, allowing connection between her arms to bring them up. So she has a really nice airiness about how she's going about it. I love the swivel over the head is really nice. Running around, not running around, but kind of creating that little running motion or variant there, which is really nice. With the taps, boom, 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 boom. I love that on the bases. Covering herself here, turning around to reset to kind of look like a reversal almost. So having her reset and her posture and how she's finishing, it's kind of that drop with that little tendu and bringing that leg in, dragging it a little bit slightly. That would say is one of those neutral like resets of the set of hers. Notice right here she does a little mix of not like maybe like a grapevine, but kind of switching between going front to back. Not really a pas de bourrée, but switching it through. Nice little hop there, and then she goes to the other side with that little drag. So it's because I'm seeing little fingerprints of drags in that reset. Like how she resets is what's giving me, this is more of a freestyle with a bit of a planned basis of how she's gonna freestyle. It's not just straight. She's never heard the song before. Like it's very guided. It's a guided freestyle more than anything. And it's because what's nice about reacting to so much Street Fighter content is I'm very familiar with Proudmon at this point, and because I've seen all their stuff from the series from the first season, and you notice how very, very specific a lot of movement and placement is. Especially, I think it was a spoken word. It was the Man of Woman challenge, the Muse one, and you notice that there was a lot of, it kind of catered to a lot of this type of tension, breath behind the movement, but none of it was overly repetitive. This is not really saying like it's a problem. It's just something that I'm aware of or that I'm observing from her, because whenever she scoots that leg out, you normally don't see her make that one move repeat so much unless it's a reset in a freestyle. So you do notice that, and then you do see her kind of do a variant later on in her showcase, similar to what it is. I love this, bringing it through Doom, and then she goes, has a moment, then she goes and does it again, has another little pause of a moment, bringing it down, bringing it through. So she's really tailoring, noticing there's a little bit more heaviness in the tonal color of the track or in just the lower context of the layers of the track. So she's using more house to help justify that. I love that. Has this moment. She does a really great job of displaying patience in the moments where there is stillness, because there is always something happening. She's not just being stagnant. She is allowing there to be depth and presence behind her movement, and I really like that. Bringing it back, da da da, and I love this motion, this presentation out is so nice. Love this, woom, gorgeous to see, and allows just the moment. You see that everybody also agrees. They really love that. Bringing her leg up, love the pointed foot as she brings it around. This right here is so nice, very clean. So a lot of this setup is just very, very clean. This could have been a little bit more structured, meaning that not 1,000% freestyle. It could have been, the sequence she may have practiced before. She goes around, she brings her legs back in like a frog position, and then she drapes her body back in a back arch, which is nice. And she swivels the knees into a split. So we do see her do that later on in the set. She comes up. My one note for this would be just be mindful when you come up from a bridge, where your knee is, it needs to be in line with the foot. Notice that she's pulling her weight a little bit to the front instead of to the direction of her feet. That's why we always train dancers when they do a bridge recover, is what we call that, when they go into a bridge and then they come back up in control, to have their feet in parallel. Yes, it's harder, but it's correct. So that would be my note for when I see anybody do a bridge recover, is they got to be mindful of their feet when they're turned out. So they come down, dropping it down. From here, she presses up. It's you can kind of do it in yoga, right? I think it's like a particular position. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a forearm. It's like a forearm stance. She can take her feet and then she pulls the energy using her core to put her feet in a pike position. Then she tucks one of them as she does her forward roll, which is really nice. Love her. I mean, honestly, I really appreciate the fact that she's pointing her feet on a lot of this, because it's making it have this sense of elegance behind it, which is really nice. Nice little turns, boom, doom, which I really like. Turning it around. Love that here. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Allowing it to bleed through the tone. Very nice to see. With the kicks, really nice. But once again, we're doing kind of this little salsa step, again, to reset from what we saw earlier. Love the motion camera here. This is super sick. Bringing it through. She's doing it once again. Da-da-da. But this time she branches that leg out, and then she chooses to bring it through to reset in a more sumo position. So it's these movements here of what gives me more freestyle or freedom of movement. She's exploring movement, but it's guided in how she wants to interpret it. Normally with judges, you will get that, regardless if it's choreography or if it's a battle. You do tend to see this more in a freestyle battle context, where you have your judges, they also would freestyle, that just feels more appropriate. Like if you do choreography and you're a judge of a freestyle battle, but your showcase should depict your freestyle scope. That's just a preference thing for me. I mean, if you do choreography, freaking smash it if you're gonna do it, But here, it is, it's really nice to see her do freedom of exploration of movement, even though this does look like a choreography competition. It is nice when she goes, she hits, she goes and she grabs, boom, boom. She has her moments, really nice. She goes and she takes it off, bleeding it through. This does feel... It says Monika Lip J right here at that top corner. I love this energy. She's done a little bit of whacking. Really love the essence of this. I love a lot of these variants. It does feel like, I wonder if she was doing that to showcase like the influence Lip J has on her, something of the nature. Something like, I may have to go digging in the comments. I love her tutting progressions here, but notice some of her lines aren't quite as defined. They're just slightly off. But I appreciate her exploration, though. Notice how she's bringing it around, bringing it through. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Really like that. Love that sequence. That was really nice to see. And then notice she branches it out after that. Great job on there. She goes here, boom, and she chooses to bleed it out. So she has that moment of complexity, to showing more staccato and more range of the techniques that she knows within tutting. But it's really nice to see her really commit to that. And you could tell that she was focused here. She wanted us to focus on this too, because that's where her face was guiding, and that's the power of where your head placement is. I love that bleed through, boom, boom, boom. Really love that. Bringing it back, having that moment. Great lighting for this. Dropping it down. I love this. That is gorgeous. Notice just the legato traveling through her body. There's a full commitment from her whole body, and that's why it works. This branching, she does more like a développé out, but it's more in a parallel with her hip turned towards the front into a split. Really nice. Bringing it through. Just to thread it through, bring it through, and then goes right back into the split, but more of a straddle than actually like a split, because she was sitting on her bottom as her hips were extended out. Not her hips extended out, her hips were like her bottom was on the ground versus having her hips over. And so that's just the position's more of a straddle, but it's very close. And then she bleeds it through towards the front, which is really nice to see. Rolling it around. Love this exploration. That's more like a modern kind of influence on that section, where she kind of rolled through that. Martha Graham, man, goes hard, bringing it through. She transitions out of it similarly to how she transitioned into it, and then she bleeds through. brings it up. Really nice for her backwards roll to be very controlled, and she's being mindful. She's placing her weight here, and that's allowing her that kind of resistance to kind of go with the pacing, because if she pointed this foot, then it would go a lot faster, or she would potentially get burned on the top of her foot depending on how fast she went. And that's really nice to see that. Great. Honestly, the best part about this is the fact that her feet are pointed. Yep, dropping it down, bringing it through, the switch around, that was a fun little motion. So honestly, this was really, really enjoyable to see of hers. Makes me excited to see other elements of her throughout the community in the future. Look, she chooses to walk back the way that she started. Nice little cordial bow, really enjoyable. Sets it back up, boom, da-dum. Spicy stuff from her. Love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I was experiencing, as you can tell, I'm experiencing a little bit of a camera, like a tripod issue while I'm recording this, so I'm sorry if it feels a bit discombobulated compared to other ones. I have to like actually hold this camera so I can actually finish filming. If you want to see more content like this, if you want to recommend something for me to watch and me actually be able to wholeheartedly be able to take a look at it, you could be like Jacob and join Patreon. And I do have a tier called In the Pocket, where every month you get a guaranteed reaction from me, and I have of course a whole like criteria stuff of what I can react to and which ones it's better if I don't react to, but I have a whole list of that on Patreon if that is something that intrigues you. So if you've noticed on some of my analysis, if you appreciate my perspective, which I'm always very thankful for, and there's a particular routine that you want me to take a look at, that you feel that my expertise would be very beneficial or that you would enjoy that type of content, please let me know. Once again, I'm always excited for discussions like the one that's going to happen for here on Patreon and on YouTube. And of course, I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!